Okay, real quick, we've talked about this last week, but I want to talk about it again. I want to get a little bit more deeper and a little bit more information for you about testing and learning about you and utilizing your IEP or your different accommodations. So here we go. Let's do this again. Why not? Hey, welcome back to Motivation Moment, and I am your friend, as always, Katie Fortune. I'm really grateful you're here. And yes, I know. I say it every single week. I'm not going to stop saying it because I truly am grateful you're here. All right, this week, I want to talk to you all about testing in another classroom. Yeah, we're going back to my different ability and the things I needed to do to be successful and to learn about myself so I can be successful. So what am I talking about when I talk about testing in another classroom? If you haven't seen the video that I did with my amazing friend Jess Gumness, go check it out now. I'll link it above. We actually tiptoe on that subject a little bit, and it's super important. Like everything else, right? Everything I say is super important, but it really is. So as many of you know, I have a learning disability and I'm dyslexic. So what does that mean when I say testing in another classroom? Well, let me share with you. I have an IEP, and in that IEP, it states that the services that I qualify for are extra time on test and testing in another classroom, and having tests read to me if I need that. Now, is that something that I really love doing right off the bat? No. Me having to leave a classroom was kind of scary, and I didn't like doing it because I didn't want to be different. Back then, I didn't want to be different. You talk to me now, I'm all about being different, and that's why I'm here talking to you about being different, and being different is great, okay? Because it is. So, what did I do to learn about myself about testing in another classroom? Well, I actually did a test on myself. I had my disability services teacher and another teacher on board to try this out because I wanted to know if I truly did need to leave the classroom or if I could just actually take tests in the classroom like everyone else. So we decided that I was going to test myself. I was going to take 2 tests, one in the classroom with all the other students and one outside of the classroom, in the disability services classroom by myself with the extra time and having it read to me if I needed that. So we did it on actually a math test because math tests are pretty easy to be able to do that with, right? So I take a test in the classroom, have all of the questions and all that stuff, and then took a different test outside the classroom. It was not the same test, it was not the same numbers. So how did it go? I wanted this to be as real as possible. So I really told myself I'm going to try my hardest to do as best as I can in the classroom, okay? How did it go though? Well, not great. I remember most of it pretty clearly. I remember sitting down in the classroom with everyone else. I remember starting to take the test and going through and making sure I was taking it super serious because I really wanted to see how well I did. I really wanted to try this out and see what was going to happen. Maybe I'd do great and then I could take tests in the classroom all the time and I wouldn't have to be different than anyone, right? So I'm taking the test and I'm going down, taking my time and making sure I know everything and doing everything. And then I start hearing people around, kind of like shuffling things around, kind of looking, and then I see the first person get up and hand the test in. Instantly, panic, nerves, anxiety flood over my entire body. And I looked down at my paper, and I remember feeling so small and so silly because I was only on page 1. And someone was done with the test. And then I started seeing everyone else get up, hand their test in. And I look down and I am just trying to get it done as fast as possible. So they're not all waiting on me to finish the test. I went through as best as I could, read it as quickly as I could, tried to get the math done as fast as I could, and handed it in. I remember walking back to my seat feeling relieved but also terrified because I knew I did not do good on that test. I didn't do good. I knew I didn't because I was so afraid to be the last one and so afraid of what everyone looked around like, oh gosh, we have to be quiet because Katie's still taking her test. Now, the next day, I took the test outside of the classroom in the disability services room by myself in a quiet room, reading it out loud to myself, taking my time and a half, not having to worry about people getting up around me. And I will tell you right now, I felt so much more confident. I felt so smart that I knew what I was doing. I felt so good because I'm like, I know this stuff. Now again, it was not the same test, so there was no way I could have cheated. That's the great part about math. You can have that same type of test, different numbers, different things, different equations. That isn't the same as the other one. But it's really not that far off either, right? So I took my time and I went through the test, I double checked it, and then I handed that test in to the teacher. And I remember when I got back both of those tests, the one I took in the classroom, I don't remember the exact grade I got, but I know it was not good. It wasn't average, let's just say that. It wasn't even average, so it was below a C. And the one I took outside of the class, I got an A-. That's a big difference. So I have a few things. One, for the teachers out there, if I could just request anything, and no, I'm not trying to change education, but sometimes we should. Change is good, right? Not everyone learns the same, okay? I'm a perfect example of that. And there are going to be kids in your classrooms that watch other people get up and then they start panicking and taking that test as fast as they can because maybe they have a disability and they're too afraid to leave the classroom because they don't want to be different. Or maybe they have a learning disability and don't know it yet. Everyone learns differently. Everyone does things differently. And we all learn at our own different paces. So if there's any way we can collaborate and come up with a better solution for people getting up and handing in the test early, that would be ideal. And I know it would be, not just for me or people like me. It would be great for everyone. And number 2, if you are the kid that is too afraid or too embarrassed to leave the classroom, I was you too. I know exactly how you feel. I do. I know exactly how you feel. But my friend, believe me, it is 100% worth it. Do you think any of those people in school that I went to school with remember that Katie left the classroom or even care that I did? They don't. And you know what? If they do, they're not the right people for you. So my challenge is for you to stand up for yourself. Use your IEP and your accommodations because it will make your life easier. I promise you. It did for me. Take my experience, try it out for yourself, and see what it does. And number 3, for the kid that struggles. If you are struggling in class, you are not alone. I was there with you as well. Maybe you don't have a diagnosis or a diagnosed learning disability or a different ability, like I call it. That's okay. You can still ask for help. And if you don't get help, you talk to your parents or anyone in your life to help you get what you need. Because everyone does learn different. You are not stupid. You are not dumb. You are you. You are amazing. You learn the way you were created to learn. And you were created to be different and to be you. So don't get down on yourself. I know it's easier said than done. But believe me, I have been in your shoes. Below this video, you have every resource to get a hold of me. I will help you. I will talk with you. I don't want you or anyone else listening to this video right now to feel the way I did. It's not a good feeling. I'm here with you. I know how you feel. But believe me when I say that you are worth everything in this life. You are worth it. And because you learn differently, or you do things differently, or you look differently, believe differently, love differently, that is who you are. I believe in you. I believe you can change the world, but you need to believe in you first. And standing up for yourself, and if you have an IEP, utilize it. Use it. Please do. Use your IEP. It's there for a reason. And you deserve to learn everything everyone else does. Just because we need to learn a little differently, that doesn't make us any less than anyone else. We are just as good, if not better, than everyone. So, because we get to learn different, and no one's better than other people, but we get to learn differently. And we have so many extra strengths that other people don't have. So use them. Hey, if you don't believe me, head on over to my other video. I'll link it here. It's about the first time I was questioned about having to leave the classroom for the first time ever. I hope it inspires you. I hope this video helped you, because all I want to keep telling you is you are not alone. And if you need someone to talk to, I'm right here. Reach out to your parents, to your siblings, to your friends, to teachers, your educators and teachers. They do care. Find one that cares. A lot of them do. Believe me, they do. And at the very least, if you just need someone to tell your story to, I'm here for you. Because you are not alone. We are all in this together, and we can make this world a better place by breaking down the stigma that being different is bad. Because guess what, my friend? Being different is amazing. So let's use our differences to change the world for the better. Are you with me? Let's do this. Less hate. Let's go motivate. Let's change the world for the better, my friend. It starts with you. Sorry if you can hear my washer and dryer, but I've been doing laundry all day and I had to get this done. So we're gonna deal with it. Okay, so Chad walks in and is like, I hear the door slam and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Maybe he will just be quiet and like keep going and get out of here so I can record. And then I hear him go, hey! And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, do you need something? And he's like, oh no, I just wanted to say hi. I just love him so much.